What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sat coming to you with today's stock pick, indicator help, and general investment tips. Remember, this channel is all about no face, just facts in 5. I do the research, so you don't have to. Today, we're talking about Rigetti Computing, ticker symbol RGTI. And this is a stock that continues to sit at the center of one of the most exciting sectors in the market right now: quantum computing. If you've been watching the market lately, you know investors have been searching for the next big technological revolution, and many believe quantum computing could eventually become as disruptive as artificial intelligence. Today, Rigetti caught investors' attention once again after shares surged nearly 10% on news that could have major implications for the company's future. The catalyst behind today's move was an announcement that Rigetti signed a letter of intent with the U.S. Department of Commerce for up to $100 million in funding over the next 3 years through the CHIPS Act. While this is not a finalized agreement, the market clearly liked what it heard. Investors immediately began viewing this as a sign that the federal government sees quantum computing as a strategic priority and believes companies like Rigetti could play an important role in maintaining America's technological leadership. So why does this matter? First, quantum computing companies are still in the development stage. While the technology has enormous potential, these companies require significant amounts of capital to continue building hardware, improving reliability, and moving closer to commercial adoption. A potential $100 million funding package helps reduce financial uncertainty while giving Rigetti additional resources to accelerate development. In simple terms, more funding means more opportunities to innovate and potentially gain an advantage over competitors. Now let's talk about the chart, because the technical picture is becoming very interesting. Looking at the 1-year chart, Rigetti experienced a massive run that carried shares into the mid-$40 range before profit-taking and broader market weakness pushed the stock lower. Since then, the stock has spent several months consolidating and establishing a base. Instead of completely collapsing after its previous rally, buyers continued stepping in at lower levels, suggesting there is still strong long-term interest in the company. Today's surge is important because it occurred on a meaningful catalyst rather than pure speculation. We also saw increased volume accompany the move, which tells us investors weren't simply watching the news, they were acting on it. Strong volume during a breakout attempt is something traders love to see because it can signal conviction behind the move. The first level I'm watching closely is the $30 area. Not only is that a psychological resistance level, but it also lines up with where several analysts currently have price targets. If buyers can push shares above $30 and hold that level, momentum could accelerate quickly. Beyond that, the next major resistance zone sits between $32 and $34. A break through that region could open the door for a much larger move higher as traders begin targeting previous highs. On the downside, support appears to be developing near the $24 to $25 range. As long as shares remain above that area, the bullish structure remains intact. If the stock falls below those levels, investors may need to reassess whether today's momentum can continue. Another bullish factor is analyst sentiment. Several analysts continue to rate the stock as a buy, with average targets around $30 and some projections reaching as high as $40. While analyst targets should never be treated as guarantees, they do provide insight into how Wall Street views the company's long-term prospects. Of course, we also have to discuss risk. The letter of intent is currently non-binding, meaning the funding is not guaranteed until final agreements are completed. Quantum computing remains an emerging industry with significant competition and uncertainty. Companies in this space can experience tremendous volatility, and investors should always have a plan before entering any position. That said, today's news gives Rigetti something many speculative growth companies desperately need: validation. Government support, growing investor interest, improving momentum, and a rapidly expanding industry create a compelling story. Whether you're a trader looking for short-term momentum or a long-term investor interested in the future of quantum computing, Rigetti is certainly a stock worth keeping on your watch list. The big question now is whether today's move is the start of the next leg higher or simply another rally within a larger consolidation pattern. Either way, the market is paying attention, and whenever money starts flowing into a sector with a strong catalyst behind it, opportunities often follow. Like, subscribe, and comment some stocks you want to hear about as we continue our journey toward 10,000 subscribers. This is Stocks by Sat06. No face, just facts in 5. And I'll catch you in the next one.